Hello everyone, this video is going to show you how to subtract mixed numbers. I'm going to give you two methods. The first method is going to be the regrouping method. So I'm starting with 4 and 1/5, and I want to subtract 1 and 2/5. We know that 4 and 1/5 is in fact larger than 1 and 2/5, so we should be able to do the subtraction while getting a whole number, while getting a positive number, But if I separate the whole number from the fraction part, I see that 1/5 is in fact smaller than 2/5. So what I want to do is you want to think of the concept of subtraction and borrowing. Like when I subtract 13, subtract 7, when I look at the 3, subtract 7, I can't do that. I have to borrow from the 10th place. I get 13, subtract 7, I get 6. You want to think about this concept when you're regrouping or borrowing with fractions. So I'm going to borrow 1 whole from the 4. So when I borrow 1 whole from the 4, I'm left with 3. This 1 whole that I borrow can be in different forms. When I borrow the 1 whole, I'm also borrowing 1/5. 1 whole is the same as borrowing 5/5. So when I borrow the 5/5, this 1 whole becomes 3, and the 5/5 gets added to the 1/5. So 1/5 plus 5/5, that gives me 6/5 now. Now that 1 whole could have been 3/3, it could have been 10/10. It all depends on what your denominator is down here, what form it's going to take. So again, I borrowed 1 whole and I changed it into 5/5. And I added that to my 1/5. So now I have 6/5, subtract 2/5. 6/5, subtract 2/5. 4/5, numerator, subtract numerator is 4, keep your denominator 5. 3, subtract 1 of the whole numbers, gives me 2. So I have 2 and 4/5. The next method I'm going to show you is subtracting mixed numbers by using improper fractions. So I'm going to change both of my mixed numbers into improper fractions. I do denominator times whole number. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21/5. I have 4 sets of 5, 4 sets of fifths. I have 1 set of fifths, so 5 times 1 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7/5. So now I have 21/5, subtract 7/5, that gives me 14/5. But 14/5 is an improper fraction. You want to reduce it, change it back to a mixed number. 5 goes into 14 2 times, and you have 4/5 left over. So when you change a mixed number to an improper fraction to subtract, you do not in fact have to worry about borrowing or regrouping. You just have to worry about changing back the improper fraction to the mixed number, and then you have your answer.